Okay. Oh, Danny, I didn't mean to turn off your video. Okay, Jan 2. All right. Okay. So thank you for being here. This is the Zoom training if you will be using a smartphone for the annual meeting. And we are recording it so that those who could not make the training will be able to watch this at their leisure. All right, so this is the first presentation, the actual Zoom meeting training for smartphones. Some housekeeping, muting your microphone, stopping your video, be in speaker view. We'll explain how to do all of that. And you may need to do this during the annual meeting because with 200 people, there is going to be a lot of downloading and uploading of videos and pictures, and it will eat into the bandwidth of your internet connection. So if you start to have problems with your internet, unstable internet messages or something like that, you'll want to stop your video and move into speaker view. And again, this meeting is being recorded so that it could go on the Diocese Convention webpage so others can watch it. All right, some do's and don'ts. You folks can read this after 18 months of Zoom meetings. I'm sure a lot of you know what you should and shouldn't be doing on Zoom. The one thing that I do want to highly recommend is that anybody who is in your house or in your workplace, when you're on a Zoom meeting, make sure they know you're on a Zoom meeting so they don't do anything inappropriate behind your back. All right, so for the annual meeting, if you have registered, you should have received an email that looks similar to what's on your screen now. There is a large blue join meeting button. That is what you will press to actually join the annual meeting. Now, we will be sending out the reminder emails the day before, so it'll be at the top of your inbox in case you forgot to flag it or accidentally trash the message. The meeting link is connected to your email address. So you need to be able to see the emails that you registered with. If you can't, if this button doesn't work, you can copy and paste this link down here into your browser. Was there a message in the chat? I can't open my chat box right now.
Nope.
No? Okay.
Nope.
Thanks. Once you click on that link, you'll be taken to the Zoom waiting room, and it'll look very similar to this. Once your credentials are verified, you will be admitted into the meeting. So that's what Jill and Mark will be doing. They'll make sure that the name that's on the screen is the name that has been registered. If you have this screen for a really long time and you know you're registered, we will have an email address that you can email or a phone number that you can call to check on what's going on. And we'll send that out later. Okay, so smartphone, if you're holding it up and down, it'll look like this. And your mute button and your start and stop video buttons are down here. If you hold it horizontally, it'll look more like this one here. But again, your mute and your start video will be on the bottom left-hand side. Because the iPhone is so small, there's really only the speaker view that you'll have. So whoever is speaking will be large and you will be small here. If you would like to speak to the convention, you will have to raise your virtual hand. With 200 people at the meeting, we're not going to see this. We're not going to see this. You might be on page 2, 3, 4, or 5. So the only way that we will see you is if you raise your virtual hand. What happens when you raise your virtual hand is you move to the top of the list first page so that we know you have your hand raised, and it puts you in the order that you raised your hand. So it's, if you remember in-person meetings, we usually have 2 microphones at the very front of the audience. And when people wanted to talk, they would walk to one of these mics and they would stand in line, and that would save their place in line to speak. So we can't do that with a virtual one, so we're using the raised hand. To get to the raised hand, on the bottom right of your screen, it's a little hard to see here, but there are 3 dots and it says more. You'll want to click on that, and then this little pop-up window will appear, and your raised hand is right here. Don't confuse it with the clapping hand, which is here, or the thumbs up, which is here. These reactions down here will disappear after a few seconds, and it will not take you to the first page of the screen. So we won't see you if you're not on the first page. So make sure you know where the raise hand is. We will be using the polling feature in Zoom for voting on resolutions or the elections. So this is what a poll, it will basically take over your whole screen when a poll is launched. So you won't be able to see any speakers. You will notice that the submit button down here is very dark. That's because we haven't answered the question here yet. If there are 10 questions, you need to answer each question before you can submit your poll. So if you scroll down to the bottom and get there and you want to hit submit and you see it dark like this, scroll back up because you missed 1 or more questions. When you've answered all the questions, the submit button turns bright blue, and you know you've answered all the questions, and you can tap on submit. During Education Day, we will have breakout rooms for small group discussions, and you should see an invitation. It may look like this, or it may just say you are being invited to room 1, join or cancel. And then on annual meeting day, we will let you choose which breakout room, if any, that you might want to join. And if you don't see the breakout rooms feature in Zoom, this is actually on a tablet. So I'm not sure if the phone will have this breakout rooms icon. If it does, you can tap on that. If not, we will have lots of hosts and co-hosts who can manually put you into a breakout room. So that's the end of the Zoom meeting controls. Does anybody have any questions about the previous slideshow?
No, it seems to be pretty much as it was last year. And of course, is the agenda on the website?
The
As you said,
agenda, no, not yet. We will have that up hopefully by early next week. So why don't we try raising our virtual hand? So if everybody could click on that more button, and then when, all right. So everybody's got their hand raised. Great. And then if you can go ahead and lower your hands now. And I don't know if you saw it, but as people were raising their hands, people on your screen might have been moving around, and that's what raising your hand does. All right, I will launch a poll. The first one is, for example, a resolution. Do you vote yes, no, or abstain on resolution number 1? So go ahead and make a selection and watch your submit button turn bright blue. And these will be anonymous. We can see how many people have voted. but we won't be able to see who voted how. Okay, so one person has voted so far. And make sure that you hit the submit button after you make your selection. Still have only one person who's voted.
Ray,
Yes.
I accidentally hit the end poll,
Oh,
but because
okay.
I thought it was for me, but I think I forgot I was co-host, so I could have accidentally ended it for everybody. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Because we can relaunch the poll. So relaunch poll. Okay. You folks should see the poll on your screen now. If you could click yes, no, or abstain. Okay, got 3 of 3 this time. Everybody said yes. Now let's do a little more complicated one. And this is what a ballot will look like. I only have 4 questions on this, but the actual day of the annual meeting, there may be like 10 or 12 questions. So you won't be able to see all the questions on your first screen. So you're going to have to scroll down to answer each of the questions. Okay, 2 out of 3 have voted.
I should have done what you did, Danny, and logged onto my phone too, so I could vote. Be fun. See how it works on my phone.
Yeah, I used my same email for both, so it only let me vote
Oh,
on one.
I have a different email on my.
Oh, no, but I
personal one.
made you co-host, Danny, didn't I?
Yeah.
So you can't, co-hosts aren't allowed to vote. That's probably why you can only vote once.
Oh, okay.
All right, 3 of 3 have voted. We won't do this at the actual annual meeting, but I thought I would share the results with you. Daisy Duck got 3 votes. Captain America. Oh, it was a tie for Lilo, Stitch, and none of the above. All right. So those were polls. Any questions about the polls or raising hand?
Not from here.
All right. You guys are all experts at Zoom. So I am going to show you another presentation. And this is about the various features. Can you folks see this screen? that I'm
Not yet.
opening? No, okay. That's what I thought. Share screen, desktop 2, share. Okay. Can you folks see the slideshow?
I
Not
can.
yet.
Oh,
I still have the poll results on my screen.
Oh, okay. Do you have a button that says close polls? Stop sharing. There we go. Sorry about that.
Okay.
All right, so now you see the slideshow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Note to self, make sure you stop sharing. Okay, so when you open the Zoom app, not for a meeting, but you just open the app. This is your home screen. So you have a new meeting, join, schedule, share screen. But down here on the bottom, you have something called settings. Go ahead and click or tap on settings. And then it tells you, who you are and your email address. You want to tap on meetings. And then when you get to meetings, under the general section, turn on the switch that says always show meeting controls. That will make it easier during the meeting. Then you don't have to tap your screen to show the icons. If you have this toggled as on, it will always keep those meeting controls on your screen. Now, if you ever want to change or edit or add your profile picture, you can't do it from the app on the smartphone. What you have to do is go to zoom.us and then click on profile and then hover over the picture, and then you'll see it change to a pencil. You tap on that pencil, and then you can change your profile picture there. But this is all done in the web browser, not through the app. Some people ask us about virtual backgrounds. So if you want to add a virtual background, you can do it through the phone app, but you need to start a meeting in order to do that. So from your home screen, you would tap on new meeting, start a meeting, and you don't have, nobody else has to be in the meeting with you. I was in the meeting all by myself when I did this. Tap on the more button with the 3 dots. And then you have backgrounds and filters. You're going to tap on that. And then
Cool.
it gives you, I use blur. You have Golden Gate Bridge, you have outer space, you have some grass. So, or you can have none. Whatever you see, this blue border, that is the background that you have chosen. You can also press or tap the plus sign, and that will allow you to upload any photos that you might have in your photo library. So if you tap that, your photo library will pop up, and then you can upload a picture that you can use as your background. If you tap on this little tab that says filters, you get a menu of filters that you can use. And those are sometimes fun. You can have fun borders like this, or you can have, there's a pirate disguise, there's a bear disguise. But again, just like with backgrounds, whatever has the blue border is what you've selected for your filters. So that's some of the settings that you can activate through your Zoom app on your smartphone. Any questions about those settings that we discussed?
Nope.
All right. One last thing that we would like to show you today is the diocesan website. So this is the home page, and scrolling down, you see the Convention 53 section. Education Day will take you to the bios of the speakers that will be at Education Day, along with the schedule for Education Day. For the annual meeting webpage, Peter, this is what I was telling you about. The
Right.
budget numbers are listed, the narrative is there, the nominees are there, all the resolutions are there. So this really is the meat of the workbook. Right now, we're finalizing last minute reports and things like that. But these are the things that we will take action on at the meeting. So then our schedule, some other things. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, if you decide you want to switch to a desktop or laptop, you can watch the recording from that training by clicking on the video here. And we have the training slides for the desktop. We have the slides for apps and features, and then the slides for the tablet. And after today's training, we will have the slides for the smartphone. Here's the tablet from yesterday's session, and then we'll have the video from today's session as soon as we can get that up there. So that's it. I hope you folks found it worthwhile.
Ray, do you want to at least address where the chat is on the phone?
Oh,
In case
yes.
you want to make a resolution or nomination.
Right. Okay. So let me bring up that presentation.
And talk about the green check yes button too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Smartphone. Share screen again. All right, so let's just kind of go through these. Okay, so we will be sending messages out through the chat box every once in a while. And if, for example, somebody wants to do a point of order, in other words, someone's speaking and per Robert's rules, you think that the person is speaking out of turn and you want to do a point of order, you can type that into the chat box and we'll acknowledge you. To open the chat box, you're going to click on more. And then up here at the top, it says chat. You tap on that, and then the chat box takes over your screen, just like it does when you're sharing screen. So I don't have a screenshot of the chat box itself. So Danny, to close the chat box, where is the icon to close the chat box?
It just says close up in the top left-hand corner.
Top left. Okay, Danny,
Yeah,
you're
you just-
muted.
Yeah, that's where mine is.
The top left corner. Okay, so
Yeah.
once you
Sorry
open
about
the,
that.
so once you open the chat box, on the top left, you'll see something that will say close chat box,
Mhm.
and then that'll take you back to the main meeting.
Ray, I think I looked down when you said, where's the chat button? Because I'm just seeing this little screen. So if you can
Okay.
put your cursor on the chat button.
It's right here. It doesn't,
Okay.
it's not an icon. It says chat, and then there's a little message icon here.
Okay,
So
very
if
good.
you tap somewhere along here, it'll open the chat box as a separate window. And then when you're ready to, after you type in whatever you need to and you want to return to the main meeting, you can, at the top left, there will be a close feature of the chat box. Denise had mentioned this green icon with a check mark, and this, if the 1% or 0.1% chance that we may have to do a voice vote that was unanticipated, we will probably use these two buttons for a voice vote. The check mark being yes, the X being no.
Well, Danny, can you find that on your phone? Because I can't find the checkbox or the no on my phone.
When you tap the
yeah,
more
you hit
button,
You hit the three dots.
Yeah. And I
then
get
then
all, I get these
they
smiley
all pop
face.
up.
No, I have all these smiley faces and everything, but nothing, I don't see the check boxes.
Oh,
Oh.
did you press this 3 buttons?
Yeah, those 3 buttons. Yep.
Okay, that opens up your emojis. So you
Yeah.
were already on this. So if
Yeah.
you see these icons, it's right above it. So can you get
Oh.
out of press cancel? Is there a cancel button or a close
Yeah, I
button?
did. I did cancel, and then I got into I see the raise hand, and then I have, but yeah, that's
Are
weird.
you looking at it vertically or horizontally?
Vertically?
Try flip it horizontal.
Okay, let me try that again. More lower hand. Yeah, even horizontal, I don't see the check boxes. That's weird. I wonder what I don't have.
Okay, you might want to go into the App Store and
Yeah.
just make sure that you have the
It's up.
most up-to-date app.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay.
That might be
Okay.
what it is.
The other
Okay.
possibility is if you're not in an actual meeting, it may not show.
Oh, you think? Okay.
Are you just in the app and not in a meeting?
Yeah, I'm just in the, I'm not in a meeting.
Okay,
I'm
that's
just in the app.
probably what it is. That's probably what it is.
Okay, so if I entered this meeting, I'd probably see it then.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
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 So this green check will also, if you also want to do a point of order, you can try clicking on this and see, but if there are a lot of raised hands, we may not see that. So if you type point of order into the chat box, I think that would be the fastest way to get our attention. Okay. Oh, I see 2 messages in the chat box. Okay. I think we answered that. Thanks, Danny. Thanks, Jill. Anything else?
Pray.
Mhm. All right. If there are no more questions, we wish you a wonderful rest of your day. And Peter, have a great trip, safe trip.
Yes, yes, I'll be coming to you from New Orleans.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, as I said, I'll follow the rules. I will try not to eat all kinds of delicious food in front of you.
Oh, don't do that. That
Yeah,
would
the
be
beignets.
it'll be dinner time when I call in.
Just turn off your video if you're going to do something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turn off the sound and turn off the video.
Thank
All
you,
right.
I may
guys.
make that much noise,
Bye.
so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Danny, do you want to
Bye.
stay on? Danny, do you want to stay on, Danny?
All right.
Yeah.
See you
Take
later.
care.
Okay.
I will stop the recording now.